Sanibonani Bafundi. Today we are looking at language learning guidelines and study methods for first additional language and foreign language. And our lesson is going to be in English. Let's start. So we're going to look at first additional language. You focus on comprehension and communication. So you develop skills in reading, writing, speaking, and listening. So when you are reading for comprehension, for understanding. You're writing something that you understand, and you're speaking something that you understand, and you listen for comprehension as well, for understanding. Um, then you use language learning apps and resources. You can use the language learning apps to enhance your skills in the language, the first additional language that you are doing. So you utilize technology to supplement your learning. Okay. Vocabulary building, learn new words, phrases, and expressions. Most of these you will learn in the classroom. Um, but also outside the classroom, you may learn new phrases, new words, and expressions. Grammar and syntax, understand language structures and rules. You will see that in the previous videos, or the videos that you see in my channel, there is a lot of language structures and rules, which is also what your educator would have covered in the classroom as well. So you must study your language structures and rules. Practice active listening and speaking. So you engage in conversations, debates, and presentations. Usually, I would encourage the scholars in my classroom to speak the first additional language that I teach, so that they get to engage in conversations. And depending on the year groups, they may have to do presentations, or they may have to do debates in the language that they're learning. For foreign language, it is exactly the same thing that you must do, but obviously you put in more effort because it is a foreign language. Remember, first additional language, we assume that you have been exposed rather to the language before, meaning that it is a spoken language around you. But foreign language, it's a language that you've never heard before, because maybe it's not an official language in your country, so it's foreign to you. um, Obviously you will have to put in more work than you would in first additional language, but it is exactly the same thing. You listen to music, watch movies, and read books in the language. Use language learning apps as well. Vocabulary building, you learn new words, phrases, and expressions. Focus on grammar and vocabulary. Again, you understand the language structures and the rules of that language that you are learning. Practice active listening and speaking. The best way to acquire a language that you do not know is engaging in the conversations. Speaking helps a lot, and listening, it helps a lot, rather than writing the whole time. And then we have study methods that you can use. You can use flashcards, create flashcards to memorize vocabulary and phrases when you're studying for the language. Language learning apps, as I have mentioned, use apps like Duolingo to further practice the language. Language exchange, actively participate in activities that require you to speak the language with your peers or your educators to gain practice for speaking and listening. You are encouraged to speak the target language during the lesson. So if it is your isiZulu lesson, you are encouraged to speak isiZulu in that class, so that you gain more experience, more skills, and also you gain confidence in speaking the language. Go through the material provided by your educator, go through given material to help you study, structure it in a way that will best work for you or your learning style. So this is discussed in the next slides that we are going to go to. And then we have tips. Remember that consistency is key. Set aside time each day to practice your language. Seek feedback or assistance. Don't hesitate to ask your educator to for assistance or feedback. Um, let's say maybe you are working on a speech. You don't have to wait for the due date, but you go to the teacher and you ask for assistance if you feel stuck or feedback. You can go and present your speech. Then you ask your teacher if that speech is okay, or you can even go to your peers, your class mates, present the speech and ask them for their feedback. Be patient. Language learning takes time and effort. Take your FAL or your FL seriously. Treat your language subject as you would treat any other subject, as it is equally important. All right. Excuse that E in subject. That was a typing error. And then now we are moving to general study tips. So this is just general study tips you can use for any subject that you are doing when you are studying. Okay. Importance of effective study habits. It's for academic success. Okay, so academic success is not just about studying hard, but studying smart as well. Good study habits can reduce stress and improve grades. So the overview of what we're going to talk about is understanding the different learning styles, techniques for effective studying, time management, and goal setting. Remember, you can spend as much time as you can in studying. You can spend the whole day or your whole weekend on on studying, but if you are not effectively studying, it will not make a difference. So you need to know how to effectively study. So you need to understand your learning style. The types of learners, you have visual learners, they learn best through images, diagrams, and visual aids. So that is why you would have posters in a classroom. That's to cater for the visual learners. That's why we have slides for visual learners to actually be able to understand the work. Auditory learners retain information better through listening and discussions, which is why I am making this video for auditory learners and also visual learners so that they can actually see, and then the auditory learners can listen to what I have to say. That is how they retain information. Kinesthetic learners prefer hands-on activities and movements to learn, which is why we are encouraging that you would speak the language that you are learning, so that that caters for kinesthetic learners as well. It's something that they're doing practically. Reading or writing learners, they learn best through reading text and writing notes. So most of these learners, they would write notes, separate notes from what was given in class. Then they would be highlighting the important things, or they would write mind map sort of thing, and they would be writing key points that helps them to understand the work. Mind maps also work for visual learners. So if you're a visual learner, you will take whatever information that you have about the subject or that you need to learn for the test, and then maybe you put it in a mind map form and you make it colorful, nice and colorful. You will